Good morning, welcome to my channel, Stitchy Time with Tish. Today is Sunday the 29th of June 2025. I forgot the day then. This is FlossTube number 6. I have a little bit of stitching, not a lot. I've got a couple of finishes, a new start. Yeah, I've decided I am dropping daily 30 because I only do one of the challenges in that group and it's getting a bit repetitive now. So I made a decision on Friday night and I left the group. So it's one less challenge to think about. But on another hand, I picked up 2 more groups. One is called Stitchy Challenges, I think. Well, it's to do with books anyway, and at the moment we're on Harry Potter. It's just started. I'm only on chapter 3. And the other one is Lord of the Rings. They're quite ahead. I mean, it started in 2019, so yeah, that's how far they are. And I'm still on quest 1 to stitch 1,937 minutes, and apparently that works out about 30 hours. I'm still going. So yeah. But it's actually quite a good group. And I'm stitching it at my own pace anyway. So yeah. So they're the 2 new groups. But I dropped daily 30. Anyway, I'm still in the Whip Warriors group. I'm enjoying that more than ever. I'm still... And in that Whip Warriors group, there's categories, focus project, beat the modem, strident owl, bird game, scavenger hunt, and then there's a few other stuff that pops up, like the birthday pop up, something else as well. There's a few other stuff. But and then I'm in the other group, the monthly magazine challenge group, and the cross skip for that is Candy Shop, and the acoustic, no, the theme is Candy Shop and the acoustic is sweets. I will still mention daily 30 because I did still do some of the letters, and it was needle felt. I got 2 finishes and a start. In Myth, we were the first ones out in. We were the first ones to fall in the Diamond League. We had a nice welcome from some of the other clans to welcome us in the Diamond League, but it's a lot harder than the Ruby League, but we anticipated that anyway. So we went back down to Ruby, which is our comfortable spot anyway. We are now back down into Ruby League. And we start on the 25th of July, and I've got a little plan start. I'll show you that later in plans. Yeah, so anyway, I will show you. I'll show you my 2 starts. No, 2 finishes, not 2 starts. I've got 2 finishes and a start. So my first finish, I know you're ready for this, is, I will put up pictures of where I was at last time. I needed to get the picture out for it. So, right, was Jurassic Perk by Silver Creek Samplers. And I think last time you saw it, I was just doing the back of the dinosaur. And now he's finished. Look at that. I got it finished in Myth. He is so cute. Look at him. So happy. I'm going to do the T-Rex one on the same fabric. I will talk a bit more about that, but he's so cute, and that's that one. My second finish is the T bookmark by Emma Condom, and I will put pictures of what it looked like where I was up to before. And this is where I was up to. Ooh. And I got it finished. So that one's finished and that one's done. Right. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did use those in where did I use them in? I did use them somewhere. Right, so the Jurassic Perk I used in the word game. For 1200 stitches, because the word game's 100 stitches each. I used them for both letter S's in the suites for Silver and Sampler. That's where I was up to with that. And the T bookmark I used for the letter E in the letter E in needle felt, and the letter T in needle felt, and I also used it in the letter T in sweets, and I'm sure I used it in the letter E as well. So yeah, and that's what I did. So yeah, that's what I did. Right, my next start, no, my first and one and only start is Colourful Bookmarks. This is by Joan Elliott. Oh, sorry, Nidge. I used this for the letter E in needle felt, and this is then where I made my decision to leave Daily 30, because not only that I have to keep making up and looking for new things, not that that was too bad, it was just I can't repeat my things that I'm working on. I have to find different ways, and that was getting boring. Whereas in Whip Warriors you can double dip. and so I was, so I had to do that because I was getting bored. So I decided to leave, but I made a start on it anyway because I'm going to be making teachers' presents for my son. Although he's still sticking with the same teacher for next year, but I'm getting a head start so that when he leaves that, because he'll be doing his last year in school, I'm going to be making all of the teachers that he deals with for the teacher presents next year. So this is Colourful Bookmark by Joan Elliott, and it's a new style. Make sure I've got it the right way around, and that is what I've done. Can you see that? Have I got it? And that's what I've done so far. I did about 300 stitches on it, and that's what I got done. Right, and that's what I did. Right, now moving on to my whips now. The first one is Live, Laugh, Love. I always get mixed up with them ones. Right, this is by, I think it's Circus Stitches. Got it on Etsy anyway. I used this with both letter L's in needle felt because I had live and love, laugh, whichever word I want to pick. Makes it easier. I'll put a picture up of what it looked like before, where I was up to before, and this is where I've got to. Oh, sorry. And that's what I've done. I've almost got the word live done. And that's what I've done. I got about a good 600 stitches done. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. While we were in the middle of stitching in Myth, while we were on break, we clans can have a dragon. So we caught it, we auctioned for a dragon. Isn't that awesome? Don't know what it's going to look like yet, but we have a dragon. So we've got to hatch it though. 20,000 stitches to hatch a dragon, and then 20,000 to stitch it, to train it. A lot of stitches, but yeah, we're only at about between the six of us. Well, yeah, the six of us, but one of us is at the moment. No, two of us at the moment. I reckon got some private issues, but we'll hopefully stitch when they can, because you know, they've got to do what they've got to do. They will stitch when they can. Anyway, but there's 4 of us stitching at the moment, and I believe someone else is, one of the villagers is going to help to donate to us as well, so, which is nice. Okay, right, so my next whip that I'm working on is Fantasy Cell by Durone, what's her name mixed up? Durane Jones. It's designed exclusively for Lakeside Needlecraft. We'll put a picture in of what it would look like where I was up to. I've been working on the border. Normally I use this for Project Focus and Beat the Modem, but this time around I did something different. But I decided to work on it anyway, and I used them for the prompt 10 and 11, which is prompt 10 is mythical, magical and mystical, so I used the dragon because the categories is DZ and E, so I used it for dragon, D for dragon, and I also used it for the designer for Jerome Jones. And I've been working on the, no I haven't been working on the border, I've been working, I finished the butterfly in, if you can see, and this is where I've got, I done the butterfly. Right, let me fold it first so you can see the top half, and then I will unfold it again. Right, and this is where I'm up to. Oh, sorry, the camera's on the other TV and I can't move it. Right, can you see that? No, I'm going off camera. Right, so yeah, you can see it now. I've done the butterfly, I finished all the butterfly off and put the back stitching. So I've done that. And now, if you look, I'm going to have to unfold that. And then, upside down, of course it's upside down. And then, if you look there, I've done the middle one right there. Oh, I'm going off camera again. This is a bit awkward. And then I've finished this one here. Almost. I've just got that little bit there to do, and I believe there's a little, I'm not sure if there's any back stitch in it yet. I haven't looked. But that is what I've got done so far. I'm sorry if it's a little bit off. My husband's bought 2 dual monitors and the camera's on the other one, and so I keep forgetting. On the old one it was just on one, so I'm getting used. It's just this week, so getting used to that. So that's that one. Oh, and I also forgot to say I used that in the letter F in needle fill in the Daily 30. Right, the next one is James Webb Space Telescope by a Climbing Ghost Design. I put pictures in before. As I said, this one I made an error, but it is what it is. I can deal with it. And this is what I've got done. I finished the hexagon off, I think it was this one, yeah, I finished the hexagon. I did the black bit in here, and then I went over and did the black bit there. And that's what I've got done so far. And I used that in prompt 3 for colour. I can't remember what the colour was. I think it was dark driftwood. No, it was driftwood. Sorry. And that's what I got done there. And then I did Winnie the Pooh. I'll put a picture in. I don't know what I've done with that. I stitched on Winnie the Pooh, and I used it for the letter W in Sweets in the monthly magazine, and I also used it in the birthday pop-up in the Whip Warriors for Lisa's birthday, and it had to have something that was to do with flowers if you didn't have the same whip or project as what Lisa had, which was something to do with sunflowers. But I knew this one had lots of flowers in it, and I did unpick the bear. I got my husband to do it. Cheeky, I know, but I did. I got him to unpick it for me, and he did a good job. And he unpicked it all for me, bless him. So he unpicked it all, and then I started again with the feet, the legs, and that's as far as I got. So once after I did 250 for to put in for the event and for the Winnie the Pooh, I unpicked it and then put in 50 for the Winnie for the sweets, so to make it 300, and that's what I've got. And I'm going to be pulling it out again for July's a monthly magazine, but that's what I've got done. Now that I've got that out, and it'll flow, the bear's pretty quick to stitch anyway. Right, so I did that. My next whip is Under the Sea by, again, Joan Jones, and she again designed it exclusively for Lakeside Needlecraft. That's weird, isn't it? Oh yeah, there it is. I used it for prompts 2, 4 and 9. So 2 was Under the Water, and I used Diver in the Water. 4 for Diver, and 9, which, what's 9? Leisure, diving, going diving. That was it. Right, I'll put pictures in of what it looked like before, but this is what I've got done. So I worked on the diver and the chest, so it's coming along quite good. It's not going to be long before it's actually finished. I think I've only got it's stuck to my arm then. I've only got this corner section here to do, and I think it goes up to this corner here, because in this corner is a submarine in this corner. So yeah, so that's not going to be too long, and that's, let me just make sure you got it again, and that's what I've got done. So hopefully this year I'll have a few projects done. That's the plan anyway. Right. The next one is Christmas Village Part 3 by just forgot who it was by then. Let me have a look. My brain's just gone, nope, I'm not having it. Yeah, she said I'm not having it today. Right, Right, so Christmas, Fiona Baker. Yeah, Christmas Village by Fiona Baker. I didn't realise I'd made a mistake in this, so I had to unpick some of it and then restitch it again. But this is what I've got. I've almost finished this side, and then all I've got left to do is the little tower bit, the chimney bit, isn't it? I can't remember. But you'll see what the picture will look like, and then all I've got left to do is the church in the set. But I'm working on the side now, and then I've just got the side of the, like this side, up here to do. Yeah. So that's what I've got done. But I used this in, I used it in prompt. Let me have a look. Prompt 5, I think it was. Yeah, prompt 5, man-made, and I used it for door because there's the door for D, and that's what I did. So it's coming along nicely. Right, my last project to show you, and this is where it's the Strident Sales. I only started it yesterday. It started on Thursday night. Yeah. The last few days I've been in a thump with working on projects. I don't know why. I just didn't feel it. So it took me a while to get into this, but once I got into it, I've been pretty good. So this, so as I said, Strident Sales started on Thursday, and I didn't start stitching on any of my sales until yesterday. And so I started it doesn't finish until Tuesday, so I've got today and tomorrow to do my other two. So I'm finishing off what I'm doing, and then I'm working on the other one today, so I'm switching. Today I'm working on Black Work Sale 2023. That's what I started yesterday, and this is what it will look like when it's finished. This is, I'll put a picture up of what it'll look like, but this is where I'm up to. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it ain't. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's weird how it goes. It goes in like a swirly pattern. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 goes up here. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, and it goes in like a little. I didn't realise that until I was looking at it last night. But I still got this one to finish off. But there's, as I said, I'm 1 square short in this one. It should be 17 squares, but it's 16, and I didn't realise until I put all the bordering and everything, and I thought, I'm not changing it now because I've already done it, so it's going to be short. So I put one side of that in and then realised my mistake when I was trying to put these in, and it didn't fit right. So I'm going to put my husband's and my son's initials in now. That's what I'm going to do. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put our initials in there. Nobody noticed that it wasn't in the original, unless whatever. But that's what I'm going to do. And that's it. That's all my whips. I only have one purchase, and that was, well, I'll say it was a purchase. It was, I wanted something and I was going to ask for my anniversary, and my husband bought it for me anyway. And it's this. It's a knit. It's a stitch counter, but he got it for me because sometimes when I'm listening to books, and sometimes you have to stay in the app, like on Kindle, you have to stay in the app to listen to the book. You can't come out of it, because the minute you come out of it, it stops, and I can't use the calculator. So he got me a stitch count this week, I think it was, and I love it. I've been using it all the time, and I like it. So he got me that, and that's the only thing I've had. So yeah, he got me that. So yeah, as I said, on the 25th of July, we start up Myth again. We're back in the Ruby clan, which I'm happy to say. But me, Vicky, and Celeste, although she's not in Myth, but she's coming to join us anyway, and we're going to start T-Rex on the 25th of July. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be just starting T-Rex. He's so cute. So it's going to be like a quick little stitch. I think that one's going to be quicker. Yeah, and that's it. The new cross kit and theme for July for monthly magazine challenge is the theme is bundle up. So I'm going to be using Let It Snow, and for woolly, and for the cross kick it's woolies, so I'm using Winnie the Pooh for W. For both O's I'm using Dinosaur Fun. For is it L? I think it's L is the next word, the next letter, sorry, my brain's not spelling it. Yeah, for the L I'm using live, laugh, love. And then for the I I'm using Let It Snow because of the word it. And then for E I'm using Colourful Bookmark because it's by Joan Elliott. And then for the letter S I'm using Halloween Storybook. But that is it. That's my plans. I don't know the letters for July's categories yet, but I'll tell you that when I get there. And that's it. That's me done. I've got nothing else to tell you. Okay. Right, that's me done then. I will see you in a few weeks. And I will see you soon. Bye.